it's because you don't like women? Ugh.
Whew. So, I literally am just leaving the theater from seeing Joker 2, Folie, Deux. AMC had a fan first screening today, September 30th, and we had a full house, man. It was in IMAX. We got free posters. Oh, I took my mom with me. She's in the store right now, so I was like, let me record a quick review. We got cool IMAX posters. Sweet! I was actually just thinking, now that the movie's out, I'm gonna wait a couple weeks and I'm gonna go back to the theater and see if I can get the giant fucking thing that's in the main hall. I don't know if that's allowed or if I can, slide him a $2 bill or something. But that would be pretty cool to have. I have no space for it, but if I, if I got it, I guess I'd figure it out. But yeah, man, I'm just getting out of the movie, and I have to say, my first thought is that I literally feel the same now that I felt when I walked out of seeing the first movie. Specifically, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it could have been last week, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I saw that Todd Phillips did an interview, and one of the things that he said, I mean, I'm going to paraphrase, it's not going to be exactly what he said, but roughly, he made a statement saying that, the audience is really going to have to deal with the ending of the movie. And that stuck with me. And it's going into the movie tonight, that was all I had on my mind. I was remembering that he said that. So the end of the movie happens, and I was like, huh, I totally understand. He said so much with saying so little in just that statement. The audience is really going to have to deal with the ending of this movie. So I really feel that I need to take time to process this movie. It's so crazy. I think that's why it's genius, to be quite honest with you. I think that that's really why the first Joker movie was so fucking genius to me, was that it was something that it didn't hit me immediately leaving the theater. It hit me a little bit maybe while watching, but it's something that really sat with me for days after. And the more time that I was separated from the viewing experience, the more that I was kind of bewildered by it, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm going through the first stages of the same thing right now, because the movie is just the movie's there. The movie is what it is, and you just have to deal with it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say. But other than that, I think that Joaquin Phoenix delivered an incredible performance. A lot of people are going to want to know, is it better than the first one? It's hard for me to even answer that, because even the first Joker movie, it's not meant to be some big crowd pleaser, you know what I mean? I've always looked at Joker as a gothic tale, and I think that Joker as a character is a gothic mythical creature that has been told in many different ways, and this is just another one of those ways. So I always looked at Joker as a gothic tale that was very fantastical and very hard to swallow. And I feel like this film is a lot of the same. It's still heavy. It still has a lot of graphic imagery. It's still very emotional, Like, there's one scene in particular where Gary, the character from the first Joker that Arthur lets survive after he stabs the other dude in the face, the scene where he takes the stand and he's testifying against Arthur, that like, for whatever reason, like, the way that it was shot, like the musical cues, the facial twitches on Joaquin's face, the dude who I forget his name. I feel so bad because he's such an amazing fucking actor. The guy who played Gary, I just know him as Gary. I don't think they ever mentioned his last name in the first movie. Anyway, whatever. His performance in that scene is absolutely fucking phenomenal. And then there's another scene. There's the one thing that really captured my imagination about the way that it was shot is a lot of, like, the bigger, like, higher intensity scenes have a lot of, like, one shots to them. They have, like, really long, extended shots that are either, like, following Joaquin Phoenix through different environments or different scenarios that are happening. That's probably my biggest takeaway, is that this movie is quite literally not going to be for everybody. But I think that if you really liked the first film, and liked it in the sense that you appreciate the cinematography, the acting, not like it because of the nature of it, because obviously it's a very heavy type of movie. I would say that if you were into all of that, this is a lot of the same. It's just continuing the story. I think Lady Gaga is phenomenal. I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan, obviously. But aside from being a really big fan of hers, I think that her acting in here is exceptional. I think that with what she was given to do, she really excelled and really, really showed that, you know, she is a chameleon. She can mold herself to any character, any frame of imagery. She knows where the fucking camera is, and she demands attention at all times. In this movie, I just selfishly wish that they gave her more to do. And that also goes in tandem with my biggest complaint, actually, that I can say of the movie, is the fact that I was disappointed that there are several key pieces of the trailers that were big moments that interested me that they never showed in the movie. Other than that, I loved it. I'm not going to say what those moments are, but if you watch the movie, you'll know. Anyway, see you in the next one. Let me know what y'all think.